Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Squad
Suicide Squad.
Even though we are in the Hall of Heroes,
Are we live?
I know that if I was
Yes.
ever in trouble, I would call upon this next group to help me out. As you know,
You got something to say? You want to say something
James
racist?
Gunn announced
No.
in February that filming had wrapped for the Suicide Squad. And right now, he's taken a break from the edit bay to be here with us to discuss his vision for the film, answer fan questions, and have some insanely crazy fun with the cast. And, of course, share some never-before-seen content with us. Check it out.
See, there you go, chat. Stuff it up your ass.
I'm so excited to be here at this FanDome with all the amazing
Blow your
DC
asshole
fans.
off.
As many of you know, the Suicide Squad is by far the most fun I've ever had making a movie. I am still
Fuck
working
you,
hard on it
Damn.
every day from morning till night, but we're having a great time creating something incredibly special for people. And I'd like to take this break now to take some questions from you guys.
Hey James, when was the first time you ever read Suicide Squad as a comic book? And who was your favorite character?
I read John Ostrander's original run of Suicide Squad, so I remember
Look at how
reading
bad
the
Guy
very
Gardner looks in that
first
second cover.
issue
Jeez
of that
Louise.
run, and falling in love with the concept, with the characters. I loved the movie The Dirty Dozen that came out back in the 60s, and this was like a super villain version of The Dirty Dozen. And I loved the character of Amanda Waller, who was so different for the time, you know, in terms of being such a strong woman, but not kind of an
Quite a look.
anti-hero, but kind of bad, kind of good,
Quite a look.
not physically the same as everybody else you
Like
saw
the
in comic
Simpsons or
books.
some shit.
And I just thought she was so cool. And of course, I loved all the characters and Boomer and everybody. And I just had a great time reading that initial run.
My name is Maisha Kondakar, and I'm a loyal DC fan, and I'm making this video from Dhaka, Bangladesh. I have a question for James Gunn. Which DC character were you most excited to write about for the Suicide Squad movie, and why?
Meisha, I think the character that I was the most excited to write for was Harley Quinn. I've loved this character ever since Paul Dini first put her in animated shows. I think that there's a sort of chaotic trickster god nature to her where she's just always going off in random directions. And as a writer, that's a really fun thing to deal with because she takes you in places where you don't know you're going to go. So a lot of it was me writing for Harley, and a lot of it was Harley doing some of the writing for me during the Suicide Squad.
Hey, I'm Jake from State Farm, and setting aside
What
the
the
massive
fuck?
amounts of damage that you have
Jake from State Farm.
FanDome. I love the FanDome so much.
Number of crashes and explosions, you know, asking for a friend.
Hey, Jake, I cannot confirm the exact amount of explosions and crashes, but I will say...
Hey,
that
I'm
we
Jack
have
from
about
Jack in the
as
Box.
many in any film ever.
I'm the Little Caesars guy.
The guy
Pizza,
who
pizza.
did all that-
Anyways, I was wondering how you plan to retcon
Damn
out
suiting.
Will Smith's
Almost
character.
all of the Marvel movies, great movies.
they mentioned
says
Marvel,
there are
didn't they?
more effects in this film than all of those movies.
I
he's
wish
done
we could.
combined.
I wish they paid
So
us to
we
do a
have
bit where like
quite a
I could
huge
pretend to be
special
outside. Like
effects
Greg, I'm trying to get in the
explosion
FanDome.
extravaganza.
They're saying I'm not on the list, and then Greg's like, "Dude, it's crazy in here."
Inspired you to feature
We can do that.
That is an amazing question. I'm excited to answer.
With Zoom
because
virtual background,
I
just
actually
replace the
had a long
background
talk
and
with John Ostrander.
just put, like,
you know, about this because he came in. He
Arkham
visited
Knight
the set.
behind you or some shit.
And
yeah.
I said, I don't think of this movie so much as an adaptation of your comics. I think of this movie as a sequel to your comics, to your run in the
But
comics.
people in the chat are saying that
What would John
that we don't
Ostrander
get
be
the
doing
Jake
with
thing.
these characters?
What are
you
we
know,
missing?
if it was 30 years after he first started. And so I think that
He's
it
the
has
new.
the
I mean, there's
spirit
nothing to
and
get.
the
He's the new Jake
lifeblood
from State Farm.
of the
We know that.
Ostrander
Like,
books.
No, we know
But I
that.
also like to
What we don't.
continuously take
Why the
in
fuck is
new
Jake from State Farm
supervillains,
showing up in the
other
middle of the
supervillains
Suicide
who
Squad? Asking
sometimes
questions.
been in the
That's my
Suicide
question.
Squad comics over the
I
years.
understand that
But
it's
also
paid
a lot of,
placement.
you know, characters like Polka Dot Man and Ratcatcher, who have never been in the Suicide Squad.
Hell
but
yeah,
who I just think
Ratcatcher.
are great DC villains who have something to offer and that we could have put into the movies. So that is where my biggest
this start yet?
inspiration comes from.
Who were your favorite
Yeah.
villains
What?
as a kid?
This is it.
And did
What do
working
you
on
think
This
we've
is
been
it.
doing,
teach
Eddie?
you anything new about these quote-unquote
I'm just like, all right,
villains?
now here's.
Wow,
Suicide
who were my
Squad, yeah.
favorite villains growing up? Well, I was a huge Batman fan, and I'm going to tell you who my favorite villain was. And maybe it's a little embarrassing, but I'm not embarrassed by it. It was Batmite. I loved Batmite. I thought it was hilarious and creepy as heck. So Batmite was definitely my favorite supervillain. And don't think I didn't think about
No wonder Marvel's winning.
Batmite
Jesus.
in the Suicide Squad
This movie is
because
going to be
I did.
so weird, and
I
I'm
saw the set
fucking here
photos
for
of
it.
the Suicide Squad, and I absolutely love the direction of the movie. But is it true that Flora Ward is
This kid's
playing
parents
Batman? And
will
if
destroy
so,
him if they hear that he's making a
also,
fucking
is
phone call.
Nathan Fillion
Yeah, you hear in the background like,
Batman?
go to bed.
Hold on.
I put you to bed for a reason.
Is Flula playing Javelin?
Oh, what I-
Man?
time for-
Well, his name
time for
isn't
more
exactly
penicillin.
Javelin Man.
What I'd like to call
But
out right
in
now
mere moments,
is
we are
that
going
over
to
on
see
Twitter,
who
Zack
Flula
Snyder is
and
going
Nathan are
after
playing
a
in the
film critic.
And I'll
Scott
I'll give you a hint.
Mendelson, who
One
I
of
don't
them you
know,
got
who
Oh,
is
yeah.
listed as a
The
film
other one you
creator,
didn't
box
get
office pundit for Forbes,
and there's a lot of
tweets.
people all over
So
the
that
internet
trailer
with
for the Snyder
theories
Cut of
about
Justice League
who
looks
people
like ...
are playing, and
the
sometimes
same
they've been
movie.
right,
Lots of deleted
sometimes
scenes from the
they've
marketing
been
campaign,
wrong.
but otherwise it
And
looks like
so I
alternate
guess we're
takes
gonna
of
answer all
existing
those
scenes.
questions
Zack
in a
Snyder
minute.
quotes it and says,
But I
"You
will
said
say
you
one
enjoyed the
thing, which is
theatrical cut of Justice League like you
Flugelborg
enjoy
is
your
the
Saturday morning
funniest
cartoons." ...
guy in the
Well, this is made
entire
for
world
grown-ups,
and
so you're not
incredibly
in the
strange,
demographic.
but
Also,
he's
cool of
become
you
a
to
good
comment
friend
on the
through all
leaked
this. He's
teaser.
a great guy, and Nathan, of course,
God.
but in all my movies, he's already been a friend.
world are we
that's-
Here
in?
comes the
It's FanDome.
time that
It's
so many of you
FanDome.
guys
We already
have
said it's
been waiting
Thunderdome. It's
for.
FanDome.
Fuck, you're
Anything
right. We're
goes.
in the dome.
Jake
We're
from
in the
State
dome.
In this
Farm just
squad.
showed up to
You've
ask
heard
a
lot
fucking
of the
question.
actors that are in this movie. You don't know who they're playing. Maybe you have some good guesses. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. We'll have to see. But here it is. Everything.
Here we go.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence.
Oh, we get to see whoever he is now. Okay.
Cool.
Welcome to Task Force X. These are your brothers and sisters for the next few days.
Michael Rooker.
I can't believe he's in this movie.
It's so weird.
Nice. Nice acting for it, too.
Yeah.
A guy I put on the map,
Yes.
no offense.
Hell
Just
yeah.
letting you know.
Fuck yeah, Polka Dot Man. I love that.
Ratcatcher.
Ratcatcher, let's go.
Made it
Oh.
over your
It's a scary outfit. Oh, who's this
Fucking
guy?
King Shark.
Say what?
I want a Street Sharks movie.
Oh, God.
Hell yes,
Oh,
Peter
Doctor
Capaldi.
Who.
Thinker. Okay.
Braga.
I fucking forgot he
This
was a
movie's
guest.
gonna be insanity.
Nathan Fillion finally good.
Dude, Nathan Fillion lost so much weight. Like, the photos I've seen of this, he looks incredible.
Oh my
Crazy.
God. Weasel.
Boomer Kawanger.
John Cena.
Oh my God.
I like that the costumes look goofy.
Yeah.
Here we go. We are introducing the cast and the characters they're playing of the Suicide Squad. First of all, we have Idris Elba as Bloodsport.
He's Black Superman.
John Cena as Peacemaker.
He's Dom's brother.
David Dastmalchian as Polka Dot Man.
What a good cast for that too.
Guy Courtney as Captain
so
I can't.
Boomerang.
Yeah, wait to see what this turns out to be.
Nathan
seems like it's gonna be a
Fillion
fever
as
dream of
TDK.
Yeah.
Flula Borg as Javelin. This is like a really messed up Brady Bunch. Daniela Melchior as Ratcatcher 2.
Ratcatcher 2.
Blackguard. Mei-Ling Ing as
He's like, I don't give a
Moscow.
fuck that I'm here.
Michael Rooker, unfortunately, is
Rooker.
Had to put him in the movie.
You think it was hard getting a
Deal
costume
with
for
the
Pete
devil.
Davidson as Giant
Peter
Hog?
Capaldi as
Jesus
the
Christ,
Thinker.
Andy. It's a kid's show.
Tom Gunn is Weasel.
Dude, Weasel might be my favorite fucking
Pete
thing.
Davidson is John Economos and our on-set King Shark.
Yes.
Alicia Braga as Sol Soria. Juan Diego Boco is General Presidente Silvio Luna. Real great guy. Joel Kinnaman is, of course, Rick Flag.
Damn.
Viola
He's an
Davis
attractive
is
man.
Amanda Waller. And of course, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Hey,
Still here, together again.
Get together.
Good.
Good.
Doing great.
Are you
Good.
excited to be a part of
Good.
this
Did anyone say
fandom?
how are you?
Good.
Super
excited. This is going to be great.
Well, we're gonna have
Please make this
some
one
fun.
good.
We're gonna have some competition, which it's not fun unless there's somebody winning and somebody losing. And so I would like to have a couple of team leaders, and I think it only makes sense that we have the people in charge of the Suicide Squad, Viola Davis and Joel Kinnaman, as our team leaders.
Hey, team leaders.
And why don't you guys go ahead and let's pick teams.
Bloodsport.
Thanks. Thanks.
Definitely.
All right, I'll take my girl Harley Quinn.
All right.
Yay.
I would love it if you just Elba
I
was
will
just
take
playing as the movie Bloodsport.
Oh, good for you. What a bad mistake.
That is a bad pick. That is.
Hey, remember that Comic-Con where we almost unboxed toys with Michael Rooker?
Yeah, yeah. The amount of almost kind of fun he's had.
John Cena. I'll take John
Remember when I
That could be its
almost
own
interviewed
podcast.
Lil Wayne?
I
That's
do
gonna
remember
be
that.
its own podcast.
No, I already know that.
Remember when we almost had lunch with Marshawn Lynch?
My boy.
Do you remember when Greg asked me 2 days before if I wanted to go to some random European country for a Lego game?
I do remember that.
They're getting weirder.
But they're all true. They're all true.
I will take Flula Borg. The
Do we want this part to still be on YouTube? What are we thinking?
I mean, is any of this going to be on YouTube?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like the cast reveal and like kind of the costume reveals were kind of cool, maybe to put up.
Oh, good man.
Yeah, this has been fun. We're making fun content.
We're having
here.
fun times.
Yeah, so we might put this up. We'll see.
What's
You want to just keep rolling on it?
really
Yeah, let's just keep going.
Keep rolling.
I
on
love
it,
Peter
Care
Capaldi,
Bears.
man. I love him so much.
It feels like
Such an
Little known
angry
fact,
man.
he was Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Who?
this is what it was
Yeah, you're
like.
the
The
thinker,
basketball
Violet.
team.
Yeah, the thinker.
Great idea.
Viola picks the thinker.
Nathan
You guys are
Fillion,
losing already.
DK.
Soul
Kind of
Soria.
in the
El
stash.
Presidente. El Presidente.
Maybe feeling could make anything work.
Mongo.
Who got picked by Joel?
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
I'll just watch.
Pete, this is sad.
Victory cigarette.
Nobody wants Pete.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna pick Blackguard. Okay.
That went well. I think that went really well.
Why is he in a
Let's
suit?
start off.
That's the thing. That's what he does.
Man.
Is he always? He's always in a
with
suit.
Team captains. Let's do Joel.
When he's not doing the wrestling stuff, yeah, pretty much.
Viola.
Am I wrong, Tim? I always see him in a suit when I see him outside of
I mean,
the square.
I thought you were
circle.
joking, but I guess you're right.
Right?
Is that
Yeah,
a,
like-
is that a different? That's not a different Rick Flag, right? That's the same Rick
Nah,
Flag.
same Rick
from-
Flag. But he's
Okay,
cool
I was
now
about to
because
say,
he's
man,
with
they
Team
casted
Cap.
like the same one. It's crazy.
Out of all the squad members, who are the only characters to have had their own comic series? There's 2 of them, and I'm gonna list 4 options: A, Harley Quinn and King Shark; B, Harley Quinn and Amanda Waller; C, Harley Quinn and Peacemaker; or D, Harley Quinn and Boomerang. Which 2 have had their own series?
Harley Quinn and Boomerang.
Harley Quinn and Peacemaker.
These fake ass fans, dude.
I think, those give these roles to anybody, Andy. I guess if you have an Academy Award under your belt, you can go fucking be in the movie. It's embarrassing.
Very little was asked of you, honestly.
You could have been Weasel.
I know.
Polka Dot Man against
Mr. Sean Gunn.
Weasel versus Polka Dot Man. Old friends.
I got a feeling that Polka Dot Man's gonna be the X factor of this movie.
Yeah.
¿Cómo están? How are you? I've got a question.
God, it's like he interrupted the feed. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Probably wishes he never followed in his dad's footsteps.
Joaquin, the great Coachy Loco.
Rick Flag Jr.
I had Super Grover. Is Super Grover It's not Super Grover.
What is happening?
Wrong canon.
They're filling a thing where they reveal the cast. They're just filling time now.
But they're
This
also
is-
quizzing.
This
I'm
just
hoping
feels.
I'm hoping there's a trailer at the end.
You have to have it be the right choice.
Okay.
Really weird.
Who has more tattoos, Harley Quinn or Pete Davidson?
Harley Quinn? No.
Pete, Margot gets another point.
I was thinking about his character. Oh,
We were shooting.
this is a language. This is a misunderstanding.
That's always your answer when something goes wrong.
This feels like one of our extra live streams.
Y'all got to record audio separately, dude.
Hey, they don't have a fucking wheel. All right, don't insult our fucking extra
Hey,
life.
we don't have a fucking dome though. Okay, so one of us is doing it wrong.
I mean, guess what? Have you thought of extra life?
Them.
2020.
Tim,
Are we
Tim,
going
they
to
don't-
the FanDome?
Tim, they don't hit 9 a.m. with 49 extra wheel spins and don't do any of them. You know, we do that.
You said it.
Yeah, I don't hear him telling fucking ghost stories at 3 in the morning.
Hey, can we go? Can we go?
Do they have Josh McCouga hiding outside?
In a ghillie suit.
Which team member would you sacrifice first?
Correct answer.
Rooker. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Is that what you said, Steve?
I said.
What's the answer, Jen?
I would love
I
to
would
be
have
just
to go
friends
with
with this
Savant
crew.
because he's played by Michael Rooker, and if anyone here has ever had to spend a day working with Michael Rooker, I think they'd probably have the same answer.
You know what?
They're just
People
good friends,
always
having
like it.
fun.
They always want to get rid of the most dangerous one first. Yeah, I understand where you're
Seasonal says forget Fran is outside.
All right.
Like, here's the thing, Eddie. Earlier you joked about you not getting into the FanDome. I want Fran to not be able to get into the
Guys, come on, guys.
In Super
Yeah, I'm
Bowl
outside. The badge says I have blue access, but if I'm in the blue,
A, manga.
What in the world?
Didn't that actually happen to Fran with something?
Of TwitchCon.
D.
Yeah.
May I ask a question?
I forgot about that. I like how the Suicide Squad panel is just us. Here's all these stories from Kind of Funny. Some you know, some you don't.
Was not fully exposed. No, the character had some items of clothing on.
Got it.
Why don't? Who do I? Well, I know this guy. Where do I know him from, Andy?
yeah, he
YouTube.
looks really familiar.
Two
You also know him from Pitch Perfect too.
Ah, there it is. Thank you, Joey. Andy, thanks for nothing.
Jeopardy rules.
Flula Borg? Let me see.
He had all those weird YouTube videos.
Wait,
Oh, he's in Barrett. He's in Boss Baby.
You can Flula. You can't give away your
Cool.
point, dude.
No, it's not.
I give away snacks at lunch.
You started this, Andy.
Your favorite, dude.
No,
Hey,
I love that movie.
Yeah, Flula's on my team.
What are we doing right now? What's happening?
He's not.
It's a good question.
He's not on our team.
Everyone's asking
Are
that
they
question.
still playing the game?
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm not on Rooker's
Really
team.
understand the game.
I thought you were on my team too.
I'm gonna mute the fucking stream, dude.
Wait. We have another special
Now it sounds like a
question. Why
Kind
don't
of Funny
we do the
extra
other
life.
last special question.
Hi guys, so now I have a serious question for you guys. I'm gonna test
What
your
a cool
smarts.
ass name.
Who shot Superman? Was it J.R. Ewing, Peacemaker, Bloodsport, Amanda Waller?
Making
Let me know.
really shady.
That is
references
Storm
to
Reed.
arguing.
My daughter.
Which of your characters is in prison for shooting Superman?
Bloodsport. Bloodsport.
That's correct. Bloodsport is in prison for shooting Superman.
With a Krypton.
Just picture John Claude Van Damme. Yeah, when he's got the sand in his eyes. Remember, Greg?
No.
They do the sand in his eyes and he can't see. Yeah,
Oh,
and
in
he has to
Bloodsport.
just
Yeah.
feel where the punches are coming from.
I apologize. Now I understand what you're trying to say.
Is there
Andy,
anybody
tell
left?
me your favorite
Steve,
King
who's
Shark
left?
story.
Favorite King Shark. Wow.
There's so many to pull from.
So many to pull from, Greg.
Who will lose first?
So I'm not gonna start.
Oh man, I respect that. You don't want to offend any of the creators, right? I understand.
That's
I'm right there
that's
with
for
you, bro.
another podcast.
Right there
man.
with you, bro.
The Brave and the Bold. B, The Bold and the Beautiful.
I really like King
C,
Shark's
The Bravest of the Bold. Or D, Time
Easter
to
egg
Die
in Batman
Hard.
Arkham Asylum. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen him in Harley Quinn?
Pete, it's yours.
I have not watched Harley Quinn yet, but I want to start.
Oh man, you gotta watch Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's great.
Bloodsport versus
And he's great in it.
Mei
Yeah.
Can you give me some info on the Weasel?
Okay, question.
Sure. He's played by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother. And he apparently is a weasel.
Are you unfamiliar with Weasel?
I don't know who the fuck a weasel is now.
Okay,
That's
I'm
all.
really-
That's what actually I like about this a lot is that they're pulling such fucking D through Z list DC people into this that like, and it's such a huge cast that they're actually going to kill people. It
The
won't
fact
be like
that it's Ratcatcher 2 is legitimately the fucking funniest thing.
Well, you know that's gonna be a joke the entire time.
So good.
Who are you, Ratcatcher? Well, I know Ratcatcher. I'm Ratcatcher too. He's
Tim, do you want a
Where's
Wikipedia?
Ratcatcher the prequel? Man, we could write that.
Do you want a Wikipedia breakdown of the Weasel?
Yeah, give me it.
All right, so John Monroe, who is the Weasel, was a lonely student at Stanford University in the late 1960s. His contemporaries rarely noticed him. If they did, they referred to him in derogatory terms using words like weasel to describe him. This made him bitter, driving him to become a murderer decades later. The grown Jack Monroe became a teacher at FanDome University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm trying to find how he turns into a fucking weasel. He's just like a normal dude at this point.
Hold on, let me scroll through my 15 fucking thing.
What's the origin here?
Taking anybody down?
Got bit by a radioactive weasel.
You know, just spread some positive vibes.
Cena for president. After that answer, I'm going to vote for John. That's it.
Which new addition to the squad was the biggest surprise to you?
I think Weasel was the biggest surprise. You're
There
going
it
to
is.
expect him to be this crazy animal. He can't even. I mean, come on.
Wait till you see Weasel in action in the movie.
How is the movie? How does it look?
It's amazing. It's like it's
Show me the
amazing.
movie.
Like really, truly, it's just the most fun I've ever had. I love the movie. The studio is overwhelmingly happy with the movie.
Wow.
It's just it's
who does he
the
remind
action
me of?
is great. It's funny.
JamesGunn.
And it's
James
really
Gunn
dramatic
talking
in the
reminds
right
me
places
of-
and very touching. It's great.
know what
And
it
all
reminds
of
me
you
of.
guys. I mean, just down the
Celebrity
line, it's
or
just the
one of our
greatest
friends?
cast I've ever worked with by far. Just
Oh my God,
every
who it
single
reminds me of is like the
person is
deepest, weirdest
amazing.
pull.
But
But,
it's just a
Greg,
once in a lifetime
yeah.
thing for me. It was a
Family Guy.
blast to make,
Stewie is dating the
and,
little
it's
girl.
just cutting together, just
The British girl. Then she breaks up with him and then ends up dating another guy, another baby.
No, you're right.
And
There
the
it is.
baby's like this, like really, like I don't know, rich baby. I guess I don't know. It's a weird pull.
He's looking at
It's a
me
weird
every
pull.
day.
I can see it though. I can see it.
Yeah.
They don't even do that anymore.
He reminds me of Robert California.
They made it
Look at people are saying
don't even have
yes,
to look at
Andy.
you on the
Thank
cutting
you
room
guys.
floor.
I knew I wasn't alone in this.
Andy, you're never
I
alone
just
when you're with the
gotta
kind of
say,
funny best
what
friends.
an amazing experience it was. But because of you and all of these guys, you know, the atmosphere on that set was so positive and such a warm, wonderful, supportive place to be. You know, not everybody has been in a big superhero movie, even if they've been Doctor
To be
Who or
Peter
anything like that. So
Capaldi,
to walk onto a set
to
like
be
that can be quite
of that
intimidating.
age with a great
But the
hairline,
welcome
great head of
that
hair.
you and everybody here
Obviously, this
provided
dude
was
works
just
out at
fantastic.
least
So
5
thank
times
you
a
and
week.
everybody here for
I
that.
heard he boxes.
Leave it to the British guy
Yeah?
to come in right at the end
That's what I heard.
and say something beautiful that makes us all look stupid.
That's what I'm here for. That's why I'm called the thinker.
So the showdown champion, I believe, even though we haven't been keeping
somebody
very
win?
good score, is Viola Davis's team.
Damn it!
So you guys, right now, I have a little
Here we go.
something special in
Here we go.
store for you, which we have you guys right now, and everybody out there in the DC FanDome universe are going to be the first to see a little behind-the-scenes action from the Suicide Squad.
Here we go.
I think it's going to surprise people.
You kind of sit there and go, how did they do that?
It's going to be different from any superhero movie ever made.
Hell yeah.
It just reminds me of Mystery Men at this point.
Direct the
Yeah.
Suicide Squad than James Gunn.
I was excited with an opportunity to be able to do the Suicide Squad in the way it could be done from my point of view.
This one is completely unique. This is a gritty 1970s war movie combined with the brilliance of James Gunn's characters and comedy.
You need your director to set the vibe.
The Suicide Squad is just a twisted fantasy of characters.
Within each of our characters, there's a certain beauty. Within
There he is.
Some of them are just pretty crappy through and through.
Be like a douchey Captain America.
The guy who believes in peace at any cost, no matter
It's
how
such a
many
bad
people
costume.
he
I
needs
love
to
it.
I
kill
love it.
along the way.
Okay, I got it.
Don't ever settle back like you think you know where this is going, because you don't.
As soon as you have some sense of what's about to happen next, James comes in.
Everyone's exploding. Genitals, heads, arms, legs.
It's like a big, massive graphic novel brought to life.
This is by far the biggest movie I've ever made.
Polka dots.
You know what to expect. Don't get too attached.
This has been truly the greatest,
Michael
most
Rooker's
exciting
hair is ridiculous.
journey of my life making this film.
He looks like Iggy Pop.
Great.
Hell yeah,
That
man.
was it. What do you guys think of that?
Dude, that shot of Weasel fucking killed me.
Licking the glass.
Well, there was also a shot of one person with like these crazy wires. I was like, oh, that's King Shark. They're just using that as like that's how his body shape's gonna look for the final
I am
CG.
so excited for everybody to see it, and I am grateful for everyone out there in the DC universe who came and checked out.
No trailer, but you could tell it's gonna be zany as hell.
Oh,
Love it.
Yeah.
Gone perfectly smoothly, if not for my.
I feel like more questions.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
I'm stoked, man. That looks awesome.
Hell yeah. All right. That was Suicide Squad's first look. I like how much they're using polka dot man and man I put on the map. No big deal. Just saying. Don't worry about
True.
it.
All of that's true.
Should we cut out all the middle parts?
That cast seems awesome. I mean, we already knew it, but seeing them actually in their doofy ass costumes was pretty dope.
Yeah.
They do have a fun vibe from that game of just chaos.
Yeah. Chaos incarnate. Yeah.
I feel like we should just post that whole thing. Like, we had good banter.
Sure.
What do you guys think?
Sure. I had a lot of fun.
Like, we had funny stories. I think that was good.
So am I cutting?
Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen,
cut
thank
now.
you so much for watching on youtube.com/kindafunny. Remember, we're putting up all our reactions that are good to DC fandom on youtube.com/kindafunny. And of course, you can catch youtube.com/kindafunny games for the reveal that's already up right now of Gotham Knights and later Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League reactions. If you're watching on Saturday, though, head over to twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. You can catch us live as we react to everything. Our next one is going to be the Snyder Cut.
It's happening.
At 2:30 p.m. Pacific time. I need to have a lie down before then. I need to get a Busan in me. I need to lie down.
No.
Andy, I'm on 2 Busans and half a cup of coffee, so don't you worry. I'll be juiced.
I
I'll
can't
be
wait.
juiced, Andy. We'll see you then for that. Until then, been our pleasure to serve you.